The hospitality sector is relieved that South Africa has been struck from the UK's latest travel red list and hopes the season can be saved. But what about South Africans wanting to see friends and family in Britain? Aisha Ismail is camped out at Cape Town International Airport. Let's find out what's going on. Aisha, thank you so much for joining us. Is there any noticeable change in the flights in and out of Cape Town International?
Good morning, Tapfuma. Well, at the moment it is very quiet because the BA flight has already taken off, and I'm told that that was a full flight. There will be another flight coming in from the UK tomorrow morning, and I'm also told that that will be a very full flight. But as you can see at the moment, it's quiet, but according to the airport officials, this is not unusual because a lot of the international flights take off either late at night or early in the morning. But Tapfuma, I'm now joined by Rashid Tofi from the Western Cape Department of Economic Development and Tourism to talk about the impact that putting South Africa and, of course, by implication, the Western Cape on the red list. You know, of course, people often come, from the UK or from Europe to come and spend our summer and Christmas holidays here in Cape Town. Rashid, we've now been taken off the red list. What does that mean for the Western Cape?
Aisha, it's a godsend. Just as devastating as it felt when we were put on the red list for the second time, it literally felt like the stock market was crashing. It's jubilation, I can tell you, in the minds of tourist operators, whether you're a hotel operator or a wheels operator. This simply means a hope that your season is still able to be recovered. And I think the important thing is we still have much of our travel season ahead of us, so the timing is perfect. This is great news.
But we also can't ignore the devastating impact that the travel ban on South Africa has had on us.
It's been catastrophic, frankly, because a lot of people had held out for. We had a curtailed season last year. We had a very difficult off-season or green season, June, July, August. And so this was it. This was the time to finally, get your revenue levels up. So when the announcement of the red list happened, I think it was just a sense of how are we even going to survive another few months. So it's been devastating because it also had a knock-on effect on other sectors of the tourist economy. For example, the cruise industry had been lined up for over 30 vessels planned for the season, and because of the uncertainty, I think is the word you used, was it simply means people can't predict. And so the knock-on effect to not only the airline industry but also the cruise industry has meant that people have simply had to cancel trips. But we have an opportunity now to see that turn around.
And of course, we were talking earlier about people who spruced up their Airbnbs, and they were probably thinking, are we going to get people to come and stay in our, accommodation facilities?
Yeah, a lot of people took the opportunity to do investments. So you might have invested in your vehicles or in rehiring of people, in fact. So people had to lay off staff, have rehired people for the season. I mean, thankfully, Aisha, domestic tourism is so important. It's actually highlighted to everybody, the tourist industry certainly, how important that segment of the industry is. Because in December, we haven't had a catastrophic drop-off of local tourists. And I think it's partly because our South African government has obviously had a much more measured reaction to it. We haven't closed down provinces and had a cancellation of domestic flights. So we've really been buoyed by people in South Africa continuing to travel. And the international tourists from our key source markets of the UK, Germany, Holland have always been traditionally coming post-Christmas and January and February. And this signals an opportunity to see that bounce back.
Okay, that's a very good, that's interesting to know that. And we're hoping now that people who have cancelled their flights will now rebook those flights and come to the Western Cape to come and enjoy what's happening here. As the city of Cape Town has also been saying earlier that we are ready to receive those international visitors.
Well, Aisha, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Aisha Ismail is at Cape Town International Airport. She'll bring us more on this throughout the day.